In this series of videos, I want to show you how to create your own invoicing system. I'll start off by describing how to create the invoice itself in terms of formatting and structure. Also how to keep a customer database and how to keep a record of invoices. And you'll see here that wherever we have an invoice that's overdue, it appears in red. But if we say it's paid, then the red background disappears. So it's a good way of tracking your invoices. You can also see over here when the invoice was emailed, and you've got a link to the invoices as well, so you can view them. Now in other videos, I will also go through these macros that I've created. You've got a macro that will save the invoice as an Excel file, a macro that will save it as a PDF file, a macro that will automatically email the invoice to the customer, a macro that will add the invoice to the record of invoices, and the last macro here will clear the current invoice so that you can start a brand new invoice, and it will also automatically generate the next invoice number for you. If you want to learn how to create this invoice from beginning to end, including all the macros run by these buttons, then follow the link in the description of this video to the playlist that contains all the videos in this series. Okay, in this video, we're going to look at creating this email as PDF button. It's obviously going to email the current invoice, but it's also going to record the details of the invoice in the record of invoices sheet. It will give a link to the PDF and also a date and timestamp of when the email was actually sent. Okay, let's look at how we can create this button. So if you've been following along with the other videos in this series, this is how far we've got. We've created the invoice and we've created these 4 buttons. Now, the new button that we're going to create is going to require us to write some VBA code. So you need to show the developer tab on your ribbon. It doesn't appear by default, so if you right click on another tab, go to customize the ribbon, you need to tick this option here. On the developer tab, go to your Visual Basic button, and if you've been following along with the other videos in this series, you'll already have a module with these sub-procedures in. If you haven't been following along, just go to Insert Module and create yourself a module. And I'll start the code. So we'll call this sub email as PDF. Now we need to declare quite a few variables here. The first is for the email application you're going to use. So I'll call this eApp as object. And then I'll set that variable. Create object. Outlook application. I also need to declare a variable for the email that we're going to create. I'll call this eItem as object. And I'll set that to equal eApp.createItem. Now the other variables are the same variables that we had in the previous videos, but I'll walk you through them in case you haven't seen those videos. We need to be able to store and transfer the invoice details over to the record of invoices sheet. Invoice number, company name, amount, date issued, date due. And that's why I've created these variables here. You can see the invoice number picks up its value from range C3. This is a merged cell, and the value looks like it's in D3, but it's actually in C3. You've got customer name, which is in B10. You've got amount, which is in I41. And you've got term, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, which is in C6. So all of these variables pick up the relevant values from the invoice. Then you have path. Now this is where we're going to save the invoice. Enclosed in quotation marks, and you've got that closing backslash at the end of the path. File name is a concatenation of the invoice number and the customer name. So that's what we're going to actually save the PDF as. Next rec, I'll come on to that later. But the first thing we're going to do is actually create a PDF from the invoice. Now, in previous videos, I set a print area. If you've not done that before, what you can do is select an area of your sheet. And when you go to page layout, print area, set print area. If I then go to print, you can see that it only prints what I've selected. There's no other pages. So it ignores these buttons over here. Now I'll also paste in the code that we used previously for creating the PDF. So you say active sheet, export as fixed format. Now I've used that underscore there to create a new line. You could put everything on the same line. So type is the first parameter you use, and then you specify that you want to export the file as a PDF, Excel type PDF. And then the second parameter you use is ignore print areas. And we say that's false because we don't want to ignore print areas. And then the final parameter is the file name, where you're going to save the exported file. We're saving it to path concatenated with file name. Okay, so that will export the PDF. We then need to save the details of the PDF, the email on the record of invoices sheet. We need to find the next available row. So if you go to the very bottom of your sheet and then do Control up arrow key, you find the last entry, and then you just need to move down a row. Now we also covered this in previous videos. I'll paste in the line of code we created. So next rec, that's the variable I've declared up here, equals sheet 3. Sheet 3 is the code name for the record of invoices sheet. Range, this is the last cell in column A. Dot end Excel up, so that's the equivalent of Control up arrow key. Then offset one row, 0 columns, so you're moving down one row to find the next available row. Now once you've done that, once you've found that cell, we can say next rec equals invoice number. So that would be that cell there, A12 in our sheet at the moment. And then one column across would be the customer name, 2 columns across would be the amount, then the date of issue, and then date due, which is date of issue plus term. Now we're also going to store the date and timestamp of when we sent the email. And we're going to store that 8 columns across. That's this column here, column I. And to get the date and timestamp, we can just use the now function. To create the hyperlink, again, we've looked at this code before. We say sheet 3 hyperlinks.add. First parameter you use is anchor. That's where you're going to store the hyperlink. That's in 6 columns across from column A, and the address is the address that the hyperlink is going to follow. Okay, so a lot of that stuff we've covered in other videos, but we now need to create the email. So don't forget the variable for the email object is eItem. So we'll say with eItem, I want to set the to field. And that's going to equal the email address of the customer, obviously. And I'm storing that in B16 in my invoice. B16. Then I want to set the subject line. And I'm going to just say invoice number, and then whatever the invoice number is. So in quotation marks, invoice number, concatenated with the invoice number variable. Then in the body of the email, keep this simple. Please find invoice attached. Then, importantly, we need to add the attachment. And that will be the path of the attachment that you need to specify. So path is specified up here in this variable. File name, the concatenation of the invoice number and the customer name. .pdf is the extension. Then You can either say that you want to display the email, which is what we'll do for the meantime, or send it. If you display it, it pops up on the screen and then you can send it. End with. Now I'm just going to check for any errors. Debug. Needs an S at the end of attachments. And you can see it creates the invoice email for me. And if I look in the record of invoices sheet, this is the invoice that's just been created. So you've got invoice number, company name, amount, date of issue, date due. You've got a link to the invoice. So to make this really clear, let's make another invoice. 3020 is the invoice number. Today's date, that's correct. We'll keep this customer. We'll add some more stuff. Okay. Let's run this macro. It's created a PDF with the correct invoice number. I'll just close that down. I don't want to send it. But if I go to the record of invoices sheet, there's the details of the invoice with the date and timestamp and a link to the invoice. Okay, let's create a button. Developer tab, insert form controls button. Draw the button. Email as PDF. Edit the text. Email as PDF. Right click on the button, format control. We'll align the text to the left. We'll have a margin of 0.5 on the left side. Moves the text over. Then I want an icon. Insert illustrations, icons, email. That'll do, that one. It's a bit big. Change the height to 0.85. Now I'll resize this before I put the icon on the button. So right click on the button, shape format, height 1.5, width 4.5. Drag this into place. Now that icon's already selected. If I hold down Control and right click on the button, we can group it. Let's see if it works. Let's create another invoice. I'll just change the invoice number, email as PDF. You can see it generates the email for me. I'll send it. Let's see if it appears here on our sheet. It does. There's the link. Now what happens if I replace display with send? So it doesn't display the email, but if you go to the outbox, you can see I've deliberately set up Outlook so it doesn't send the emails, but you can see it's ready to go in the outbox of Outlook. Okay, that's all I wanted to cover in this particular video. Hopefully that's useful. If it is, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.